Now, going over to the Culture Part podcast, you have a Democrat donor charged for threatening to torture and kill the Supreme Court justices, which, yeah, I don't think anyone's surprised in this case. What's fascinating to see, I mean, everyone keeps calling people on the right, oh, they're violent, they're evil, and yet all the assassination attempts and all the damage and violence is done by radical leftists. Interesting. It's almost the pot calling the kettle black, but I partially digress. This comes to us thanks to Lives a TikTok, when she says, quote, breaking, the man from Alaska who was charged for threatening to torture and kill 6 Supreme Court justices donated dozens of times to Democrat platform Act Blue. The DOJ indictment didn't name which 6 justices were threatened. However, the Supreme Court has a 6-3 conservative majority. And here you can see all those donations. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And I think some people have it up to 30. Maybe this is just page 1. Now, this is from, let's see, Washington. It says, quote, Alaska man arrested for threatening U.S. Supreme Court justices and family members. Alaska man was arrested in Anchorage for allegedly threatening to injure and kill 6 Supreme Court justices and some of their family members. Oh, yeah, a little ADHD. Remember when, was it Roberts, 1 or 2 years ago? The police and the government allowed some mob to gather outside his house? Yeah. Was it? Or was it? No, it wasn't Roberts. What was it? It eludes me at the moment, but yeah, interestingly enough, violence is loud on one side for a while. I'm surprised they even stopped this individual, quite frank. They say, quote, according to the court documents between March 10, 2023 and July 16th, Panos Anastasiou, age 76, sent over 465 messages to the Supreme Court through a public website the court maintained. Geez, 465 messages? Jeez. Saying, quote, we allege that the defendant made repeated heinous attempts to murder and torture Supreme Court justices and their families to retaliate against them for decisions they disagree with, said Attorney General Merrick B. Garland. Our justice system depends on the ability of judges to make their decisions based on the law and not in fear. Our democracy depends on the ability of the public officials to do their jobs without fear of their lives or the safety of their families, unquote. Which, where was he? What was it? When they overturned Roe v. Wade, there was so much. I mean, there was people protesting. Oh, Scalia outside his home. Where were the police and where was the government then to protect him? Which again, obviously, you never want to trust the government to protect you, and I would never recommend that. But yeah, interesting. Now they appear to be doing something. Now let's say, quote, beginning on January 4th, Anastasiou's messages allegedly escalated to messages intended to threaten harm towards the victims. The messages contain violent, racist, and homophobic rhetoric, coupled with threats of assassination by torture, hanging, and firearms. I also say that, there we go. Anastasiou was charged by indictment with 9 counts of making threats against the federal judges and 13 counts of making threats in interstate commerce. The defendant made his initial court appearance before the U.S. Magistrate Judge Kyle F. Rierson in the U.S. District of Court for the District of Alaska. If convicted, Anastasiou faces a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison for each count of making threats against a federal judge, a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison for each count of making threats in interstate commerce. A federal court district judge will determine any sentence after considering U.S. sentencing guidelines and other statutory factors. Attorney General Garland and the U.S. Attorney S. Lane Tucker for District of Alaska made the announcement. Supreme Court of the United States Police Protective Intelligence is investigating the case with significant support from the U.S. Marshal Service and FBI Anchorage Field Office. Assistant U.S. Attorney Will Taylor for the District of Alaska is prosecuting this case, unquote. Which, yeah, I want to know why why is the government actually doing something now? Now, didn't go as far as I thought. I got about 645,000 views and 11,000 likes. And one of the first comments coming from Craig Chamberlain saying, quote, this might be a good time to remind everyone that a vast majority of recent political violence has originated from the political left. Getting 180 likes, and fact check true. Paul Zupa also says, quote, the Democrat Party is a party of violence. It proves it once again. Getting 307 likes. Cash Loren says Democrats are weaponized lunatics. They know exactly what they're doing, and they say, a quote, and when they say a threat to democracy. Getting 33 likes. That's what every mainstream media in the White House keeps calling Trump. Are people really surprised that, citizens are going to act based on that? Now, you also have Democrat Media TM saying the Democrat violence is out of hand. Clearly, they have mental health crisis on their hands as well, getting 49 likes. Playing memes. A little disappointing, they did not in fact respond in meme form, but it was just text. But they say, quote, we can probably accurately guess which 6, getting 61 likes, which, yeah, obviously. Let's see here. But with memes, as a picture of someone, crazy looking gal with creepy glasses and mask that says over the nose with crazy eyes. And it says, quote, there's a concerning correlation between leftism and severe mental illness. Getting 216 likes. Travis says, we know the 6, and he labels all 6 constitutionalist Supreme Court justices. You know, the ones that can define a woman. Still blows my mind that you have someone sitting on the United States Supreme Court that cannot define what a woman is. And who was only chosen because of her race and gender. Again, Biden said it out loud, thereby ensuring you would not get the best candidate because you're not taking every single resume as any smart person would do in the private sector. Because again, you get the best man for the job, you accept every single applicant. But I partially digressed. I got 68 likes. You also have Bruce Bilal saying that's a Democrat, ladies and gentlemen. Then that's what they do, getting 49 likes. One bad dude says it's always the same side, doing this type of shit, getting 52 likes. Right Away Press says Act Blue needs to be investigated. They're most likely laundering money for the DNC, getting 98 likes. Again, I am still shocked that the courts are. I'm surprised anything's actually happening. I'm surprised this person wasn't just allowed to act. Or maybe they were poking him, allegedly. Maybe the deep state was just poking him, hoping he'd do something physical, and he was just a keyboard warrior. Who knows? Given the track record, it's not out of the realm of possibility. I'll just say that much. Let's see. I haven't seen any contrarian statements in the comments thus far. And it's quite concerning because, again, United States Supreme Court's literally the highest of all the courts. It has a big impact of pretty much everyone's lives. And yeah, there's already threats of the Democrats saying they need to hack the court, they need to dismantle it, they need to expand it so it's in their favor, which has never been done in our lifetime. And funny how it's that old metaphor: if they're not winning a game, they just pick up their ball and go home. Because again, there's a left-leaning Supreme Court for most of my life, and no one made a huff about it. Conservatives didn't say anything; they just knew that was the rules of the game. That was, presidents should nominate people who are more left-leaning. Then when Trump got into office and appointed people who actually believed in the Constitution, more constitutionalist, then everyone freaks out, and now they want to change the rule and take the ball and go home. So I pray that doesn't actually happen, because that'd be, the slippery slope for that would be just destroy our country. Because then whoever gets in the office, they just pack the court more and more and more. Before you know it, you got 500 people in the Supreme Court. It's not out of the realm of possibility. But let me know. Now, again, I'm actually pretty shocked the government's actually doing something. They actually arrested this individual. I mean, are you surprised? Because usually, just fascinatingly enough, past couple of years, they've let a lot of things slip through the cracks, so to say. So let me know, why do you think they actually pushed back against this, and why do you think they actually arrested this individual? Let me know in the comments, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.